This is Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, and everything is fine, but the screen half part doesn't work. Okay, so we're gonna replace it. To do that, first of all, I do have the original service pack. It comes with the entire frame, so it's easy to replace. Alright, so first of all, what you need to do, if you could switch it off, that should be fine. And I'm going to keep my service pack aside. I got a couple of them in case if one of them faulty, another one should work. I don't want to get any sort of interruption middle of the job, so I kept two of them anyway. So the original service pack comes with the entire frame, which is good, means we have to pull every single component out of this housing and put it back to the new one. First is first, with the plastic card, we're going to cut through the adhesive and take out the back cover. But first of all, we need to apply the heat. If you do have any ordinary hair dryer, that should work. But remember, this is the hardest part of this repair, to taking out the back cover. Because most of the people I found, they shattered the actual back acrylic battery cover. So take out the SIM tray. This is really important, and if possible, switch it off. In this case, it's not possible, so we don't need that many tools. We need plastic card, Phillips screwdriver. I do have manual and automatic. This is iFixit tool, one of the great screwdriver set ever I found. And also we should have flat opening tool like the metallic one, as you can see, the thin one, tweezer, and if you do have plastic one, much better, because in that way more safer. Okay, and we do have the adhesive to seal this phone once we done the replacement I mean. And this is one of the great one, TS000. Okay, this is dark in color, complete combination with that one. But first, let's apply a lot of heat. Remember, if you put less heat and if you try to take the back cover off, you're going to crack it, or you might going to damage the paint off. Okay, so there is a kind of layer underneath the glass. I mean, it's a acrylic plastic, and then if you use any sort of metal tool, it's going to leave a lot of marks. So apply plenty of heat. If you do have 2200 or 1800 watt hair dryer, then I would suggest you carry on 2, 3, 5 minutes. That should be fine. Touch it, feel it. If you feel like it's too much unresistible, then you can give it a try. As you can see, I used the plastic card, and very gently, slowly I'm going. I'm not applying any sort of force. Why? Because if I do that, I'm going to crack it, and I don't want to replace it with one of the cheap copy battery bank. Okay, original is much better. Okay, so it took about 15 minutes to get it done. I shortened the video, so that's why you don't be able to see every single part. Okay, but that's what I done. So I spent around 15 minutes to take out the back cover. Struggling, but it was fine. Okay, so let's carry on. Take your time, keep doing it slowly, and don't insert this plastic film too much inside, because they are flex cable and main board that might damage any sort of, NFC film and stuff like that. So the bottom part, I applied so much heat, so it became so easy, but the head part still solid rock. So I'm going to apply more heat in there to make it softer again. Assalamu alaikum again. Alright, so now as you can see, this one came off easily without any struggling. Don't touch in there, leave it like that. This is the most challenging part. Rest of them are so simple and easy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep it inside the box so it doesn't have any sort of dirt or anything. I'm going to keep it like that. Now the second job is to take out the mid frame that you can see here. That's the one we're going to take it out. So I'm going to use my automatic screwdriver to take out all the screws that I can see. Alright, so now there are a lot of flex connector. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, many of them. Either you can use the plastic tool, but I do prefer my nails to use it. As you can see, I'm struggling, but when I use my nails, it seems so simple. So I'm going to start from the bottom rather than the top. Why? If I start from the bottom, then I don't have to struggle with the NFC because this is really sensitive and I don't want to damage it. So as you can see here, that part mid frame, and I mean the bracket and the NFC is taken out. Now first thing that we're going to do, the disconnect the battery, okay, and rest all the connectors we're going to disconnect it. I always like to use my nail. It's so simple and easy to do that. Sometimes if you use plastic one and if the main board is too hot, the pins could get bent easily. Okay, so just do it gently so you can control your force. Once everything disconnected, then we still need to take 4 more screws to pull out the main board and the secondary board. As you can see, there are 3 screws from the charging board and 1 screw from the actual main board. So this is the secondary flex cable. Leave it there. And as you can see how simple it is, you can keep everything organized. And here is 1 dark screw. So remember it, it's from the camera frame. And once we pull this out, I mean this is the speaker. Yeah, from that side. Yep, simple now. There is 1 more. This is the front facing camera. That should come out. And here is the main board. Don't touch on the camera lenses. Don't do that. Otherwise you're going to lose the visual clarity of the camera. And this is very hard to clean. Now, what else we need to take out? The front facing camera. By the way, it depends on your service pack replacement screen, because sometimes that might comes with the actual vibrato, volume button, power button, and other sensor. And as you can see, there is a kind of pull tab to make things simple and easier. Before it was not like that. Samsung was one of the hardest one to pull the battery off. Now it's simpler than iPhone. So thank you, Samsung. Thanks a lot. So before we throw it away, the broken screen, we're going to check which component included, which one is missing. If you find anything is missing, we need to pull this off from the actual original broken screen. As you can see here, it should come off easily. That's the 1 sensor. And also we need to take out this sensor as well. There are 2 screws. We're going to take this off and then set it back to the new one. So from now, it's pretty simple. What are you going to do? We're going to reverse back exactly what we've done. Okay, here is one trick. The battery would be the last connector that we're going to reconnect it. Before we reconnect the battery, we need to make sure we should reconnect all the connectors before we reconnect the battery. That is the safest way. But maybe some of them wouldn't be possible. Why? Because the battery underneath the mid frame, and if you don't click the connector and if you put the mid frame on, you wouldn't be able to reconnect the battery unless you remove the mid frame. So watch the video and follow it. That should be fine. And before you seal the actual back cover, we're going to give it a try. We're going to randomly check if the screen is working or not. Okay, and make sure you double check every single connector. Don't push it too hard, don't be too soft, just check. Okay, it should make, everything should make some sort of little click noise. When it makes little click noise, means it's connected properly. I hope you'd enjoy the rest of the video. If you do, please support my channel by subscribing it, sharing it and liking it. Thank you. So we're gonna close it now. It's better to clean the back as much as possible so the finishing would be perfect. Okay, if you apply more heat to while you remove the back cover, it's going to be more smoother and more mass. Now I just put some sort of sellotape to close it together, and then when it dried off, I'm going to take this out. I can see there is no gap, nothing. By the way, this is not going to be any more water resistant, so just be careful. Okay, I tried to buy some sort of water resistant adhesive, but I did not find it. But everything looks pretty good now. So thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.